Hello and welcome to this week's video. In today's video I'll be making a personalized ornament using the Chevy emblem. To start things out, I went ahead and mixed blue with pearl, and that way it would give me kind of a shimmery blue. And then I went ahead and mixed that with silver, but not all the way. I just wanted them swirled together, so it's kind of a marbled look of the blue and the silver. And then I went ahead and rolled that out. I did print out a Chevy emblem and then spaced out the letters on it to give me the size I wanted for the ornament. Plus I wanted to, be the exact proportions. Then I just traced around that emblem and cut out the shape with an X-Acto knife. I don't normally do things this way. I like to hand sculpt everything, but with that emblem I really wanted it to be as perfect or as close to perfect as I could get it. Once I have it trimmed out, I go ahead and just kind of smooth out the edges that were a little bit rough. Before I do any of the details, I'll go ahead and add the eye pin to the ornament, and then I'll put the emblem back on top of it and trace over those letters with the needle tool. With the letters and numbers traced out onto the ornament, I can start carving those in with a smaller ball tool. If you notice here, I'm not dragging it across, I'm just indenting it over and over again. And this way I don't bunch the clay up, and kind of gives me a nice even indentation for each letter. For the numbers, I go ahead and just use the needle tool. They're too small to do it with a ball tool, and then I just kind of give them their basic shape. So now once this is done, I can go ahead and bake according to package instructions. Since this is an ornament, I wanted it to be really shiny, something that would reflect the Christmas lights. So I decided to go ahead and sand the entire thing, or at least the front. I didn't bother sanding the back. I didn't see the need to spend the extra time on that, but I did sand the edges and the front of it. Whenever I sand polymer clay, I do try to get the sander wet, or like there you saw that I got the whole ornament wet to kind of get some of those particles off there. And just having it wet keeps those particles from being in the air so much. Polymer clay is non-toxic, but you still don't want to breathe it in. And then I just used a wet paper towel to clean it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint the letters. I really wanted them to pop out more, and so I thought it'd be nice to go ahead and paint the indentations, at least in Austin's name, and just make those letters really stand out. Now this, method for doing the letters is different than last week's, and there are some other different techniques you can do when making letters on polymer clay. So for a future video, probably sometime in January of next year, I'm going to take this footage and some new footage and kind of show you guys some different methods for doing lettering in polymer clay sculptures. If you ever get the paint on your sculpture where you don't want it to be, you can use rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip to clean this up a bit. And then I just had to go back in here and touch up a few of the letters, and then I cleaned it up some more with the Q-tip to get it how I wanted it. Once it was completely done, I did go ahead and let the paint dry overnight. It probably doesn't need to dry that long, but just to be safe, I let it dry overnight, and then I started adding a gloss coat to it. I just use Sculpey gloss for my gloss coat. I get mine at Hobby Lobby, but you can get it also probably at Michael's and I think Joann's. Joann's polymer clay section is a lot smaller than Hobby Lobby, but they do have some. I just noticed their prices are a lot higher. And then I'm sure you can order it off of Amazon. So go ahead and just cover the whole thing with a gloss coat. And once that's dry, you can add the cord and it'll be ready to hang on the tree. And here is the finished personalized Chevy Emblem Ornament. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and remember, never stop creating. Bye. You can purchase items with my mascot on it from my TeePublic Store. And you can purchase my one-eyed blobs from my Etsy shop. Links to my TeePublic Store, my Etsy shop, my Facebook page, and my Instagram page are in the description box below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you like this video, please give it a like down below. And if you have ideas for future videos, please leave them in the comments down below.